Hey everybody, even though I'm completely carb depleted and I really felt like I was going to die and my legs were shaky, I decided to come in today on no carbs and test my openers and test possible second attempts just to play around and get an idea of where I'm at when I'm at my absolute worst because my knees felt like they were going to buckle under me. Obviously the 180 went up really easy. 210 is what I think I'm going to open with, and then I'm going to do 230 for my second attempt. This 210 was good, even though I felt really shaky on it. This is something I can do around 6 or 7, maybe 8 reps with in training right now. So that's going to be my opener. But up next on the 230, it just felt like my legs were going to buckle. My knees were just shaking. As I compete in an untested fed, they tend to be very, very lenient on depth. Depending on politics and things, it would probably still have been passed, and you guys will see when I do the screenshot at the end. It wouldn't pass in a strict fed, but I didn't expect it to because I just put the brakes on it on the way down and I just shot back up. I just stopped myself really high because, as you can see here, it just felt shaky. My knees felt like they were going to buckle even on the setup, and so I just shot back up with it, and I had no strength or power on that. That was really slow for me. All right, up next, I'm benching. My benching actually felt surprisingly good. I ended up doing 130 with a pause here, then I did 145, which I actually did for a double on Sunday. And so the benching felt good despite the low carbs. It's just that my squatting and deadlifting felt extremely heavy and extremely awkward. And of course, that was easy because, again, that's only 130. And I showed you guys a clip earlier today, just a quickie of the 145, but here it is again. And this was, again, also pretty easy. It didn't feel that bad. It just shot right up. And for those who keep asking, yes, I do close grip bench. I am well inside the rings. I don't do wide grip bench just because I'm getting older, and I don't think it's good for overall shoulder health and longevity in the sport. I would like to be continuing to do powerlifting for the next 15 or 20 years, and I don't want to screw my shoulders up, so I use a very narrow grip. And easy. And up next, I do some pulling. And the thing with the deadlifting is this felt really heavy, all of it did, just because this was a short session. I did squatting and benching immediately before pulling. This was literally a 30-minute session. I was in and out. And on no carbs, I just felt so shaky. Obviously, these feel good, and like this 230 just shoots right up. But when I go to 260 here in a minute, you will notice that I really struggle with it. This 260 actually really felt like at this point on no carbs, this was a true 1 rep max for me today. So it just goes to show you how much maxes can vary because I've done this for a double last week. And it took me a minute to get set up here because my MP3 player fell out of the top of my singlet. Oh, and yes, this is my competition clothing. I did my last little training session to test a couple of test lifts in this so that I get used to wearing it at the meet because when I do the meet coming Sunday, this is the stuff I will have on. And here we go. And it came out of the hole pretty good. It's just as soon as I got it out of the hole, I was just struggling to maintain speed. And this was really a grind. You'll notice how slow that is. And for me, that's a slow pull. But that's the end of it. All right, guys, I will talk to you next time.